Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. I've been licensed as a clinical psychologist to practice in the state of California since 1974, and I've been licensed to walk upon this earth since 1941, the year I was born in the Bronx. So it's my pleasure and privilege to be here with you, be able to share with you insights and inspirations of a lifetime. I often tell people, partly jokingly and partly seriously, I didn't totally really know deeply what I was doing until I was about 70. So at 81, these are really good years. I'm really so happy I could be here and be able to share this with you, because I really want you to benefit from what I'm going to tell you for the rest of your lives. That's my intention, is to uplift you and your loved ones for all of your lives. I hope this knowledge will be internalized. When the presentation is over, it's good to review what's been said today, so that you can have this really become a part of you. The title of today's presentation is 20 Demands of Honor. 20 Demands of Honor. You know, we have the 4 Commandments of Honor, the Bridge, the Supremacy of Honor Code, the 25 Laws of Honor, the Derivatives of Honor. Now we have the 20 Demands of Honor. The number's a little bit arbitrary. Some of this overlap in some of these demands. There could be some more added, some less, but it's a pretty good approximation. So the first demand of honor is you want to pursue your calling or your destiny in life. So a job is something you do from 9 to 5 to pay your bills. We all need to do that. We need to pay our bills. A career is a job we really enjoy, but a calling is a career we like so much that we will do it for free. So you want to pursue your calling or your destiny, which is actually a calling you would pay to do. You like doing it so much. So a job is good. It's an honorable living. It's very good. Career is even better. But really, you really want to pursue your calling, your destiny, because at the end of your life, you don't want to say, gee, I wish I had gone for this. I wish I'd gone for my dream. So you want to go for your calling, your destiny. What I do as a psychologist, I meet such wonderful, lovely, beautiful human beings that I'd pay to meet these people. So it's really a destiny for me. Certainly I would do it for free if I could afford to do it for free, which makes at least a calling and a destiny. So for me, what I do is far beyond a job or even a career, far beyond that. You want something where certainly the money matters, but what you're doing, for me, the people that I see matter more than the money they pay me. But whatever it is, whatever you want to feel you would do that, it matters more to you than even the money you're getting for it. Then that transforms your life. That adds tremendous purpose to your life. Now, the second demand of honor is that honor demands that you strive to manifest your potential spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, physically. Basically, it's like the Army saying to be all you could be. If you don't manifest your potential, it could actually lead to depression. If you feel you're living your life below what your potential is, you can become depressed from that. In fact, the stronger your talent is in a certain area, or the stronger your calling or your destiny is, if you don't rise to do that, very detrimental and can cause tremendous regret in your life. So you want to be striving to manifest your potential spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You certainly don't want to be ignoring your spiritual identity, whatever that is, whether it's prayer and turning to God, meditation, being in nature, whatever you regard as a venue to manifest your spiritual identity, you want to be doing that. And certainly manifesting it emotionally and relationship-wise. You want to optimize your relationship, your marriage, your relationship with your significant other, because that relationship really is the foundation of much in your life. If your significant other is not happy, or if your significant other is unhappy, miserable, that's really bad for that person, and not really good for you either. So you want to really do all you can to optimize the relationship and have the relationship manifest its potential. And that's doable. Essentially, you want to be dealing with all aspects of your life honorably. And that's achievable as you follow the 4 commandments of honor, the bridge, and the honor teachings that I've given in so many of my presentations. And I'm defining honor as loyalty to your highest constructive values as enshrined in the 4 commandments of honor, while striving to cause no harm emotionally or physically. Number 3, the third demand, you want to strive to live by your highest values. Certainly we have to take care of the mundane aspects of life, but even the mundane aspects, for all of us, you don't want to just feel you're doing busy work. You want, to whatever extent possible, you want to be present as you're doing whatever you're doing, to enjoy it as much as you can, to really see the beauty in the activities of your daily life. All of us want to be able to perceive that beauty. Strive and perceive the poignancy, because this life is so brief. I'm 81. I tell people honestly, yesterday, truthfully, as strange as it sounds, I was 28. So it goes that quickly. You want to really be able to appreciate these moments. And that's going to be part of everybody's highest values, is to be able to enjoy and be in the moment. Other people might have other values of family, serving God, serving their community. There are other values, but certainly part of it for everybody universally is to be in the moment, to appreciate the moment, and realizing that essentially live on vacation, because vacation is not a location. It's a state of mind. You can spend $1 million, go somewhere, 10,000, 20,000. If you're arguing with your significant other, your luggage gets lost and many things go wrong. You may not really be enjoying it. It's not really going to be a vacation. Whereas you wake up with somebody, you see your spouse that you love, being with him or her. That's a vacation. Or right now, talking with you right now, this is a vacation for me. Yeah, this is a vacation, because I enjoy being here with you. I tremendously enjoy sharing these thoughts with you. It's tremendously uplifting to me. Number 4, the 4th demand of honor, always strive to see the greatness in others and to love deeply. When you see the greatness in others, see the greatness and the good in others, I see the greatness in the people I see, my patients. I see people that are so incredibly wonderful, great. I'm amazed and awe of many of the people that I meet with. The responsibilities they handle, the struggles they handle, the setbacks they're handling, what they're doing in terms of their family life, work life, sacrifices that my people make. I truly see the greatness of the people. Now, when I was younger, I didn't. I didn't even have it as an aspiration. Now, many people are blocked from seeing the greatness of others, because seeing the greatness of another, for some people, make them feel less. If they see that person's greatness, they're in competition. Well, then you might say, well, you're greater than me. I don't want you to be greater than me, so I'm going to find faults with you. I don't want to see you as greater than me. Well, I see so many people that are greater than me in so many ways. I'm in awe, and it's a pleasure. It's truly, I have to tell you, to see the greatness in other people is a true treasure. It's a delight. I mean, I don't have to go to art galleries. I just look at my beautiful people that I meet with. It's just works of art. They're spectacular. Or I step out in nature, sunrises, sunsets. But even seeing the people, magnificent, magnificent human beings, works of art to me. So you want to be able to see the greatness in other people. You want to see the goodness in other people. Now, when you do that, every therapist, certainly one of the goals of therapists who follow my procedures of the honor therapy is to see the greatness of the patient. And that's what brings it out. As we see the goodness and the greatness, it tends to bring that out. If you see the person's flaws and their limitations, it can be emphasizing that. I'm not saying we can't address the flaws and limitations. but you want to see it in the context of that person's greatness. And that goes for your own relationships, your children, your parents, to see the greatness of others, the goodness in the other people. Even if there are differences, that person may have a different political, religious view, to still be able to respect and see the greatness in that person and the goodness that's there, even though it's a very different orientation than our own. Now, when you see that greatness and the goodness, that will bring out the love. Many people are afraid to love others. It's a wonderful experience. To have that love for other people is a wonderful, wonderful dimension of life. Many people are afraid of being used or abused, taken advantage of by loving others. But once you know that you can maintain your boundaries and give that love, but you're not going to allow yourself to be taken advantage through it or exploited through it, loving others, it's going to light up your heart. It's going to add tremendous joy and meaning to your life, to have that love, to feel that love. I would say in my own life, in my younger years, that was the most hidden of hidden in my life was the love I had for other people. And then as time went by, because it was embarrassing, I was raised in a very macho orientation, so to show love was somehow like a sissy. And then slowly I peeled back those layers and manifested the love that was hidden. Actually, it's within all people, and it's hidden. It becomes cloaked over. The children show it. They meet somebody, they hug that person, they're playing with their friends when they're 2 years old, but then people start covering it up, hiding it, perhaps even fearing their love for others. Then certainly manifesting the love, people become afraid of it's going to be misinterpreted as a sexual, you're hitting on somebody, whatever. And it can be sometimes when it's romantic, and it is that, but most of the times it doesn't have to be that. I mean, just having that love and showing it in a way that's honorable. Number 5, now this one, when you totally commit your life to the way of honor, you're putting honor before life itself. So this means, let me give you a concrete example. So let's say I'm with somebody that I just met, and somebody comes at that person with a gun right in front of me. Well, I really don't want to be involved. I want to get out, protect myself. I just want to escape. But honor would demand that I intervene. I mean, given I can't get the police there right then, I'm right in the situation, honor would demand I intervene, which would mean I either talk to the guy or beg him not to shoot the person or jump on him or step in the way or whatever. I would have to do it. Honor would demand sacrificing myself to protect the other, which I really don't want to do. I'm really clear. It's not out of bravery. It's out of honor. I would have to do it. Now, I don't expect everybody to be at that level. It took me a long time to say, oh, okay, I'll do that. But honor before life itself. Number 6, pick a livelihood. A demand of honor is to pick a livelihood that brings value to the community and to the world. If somebody gave me a cigarette factory, I could make billions of dollars selling cigarettes, which is basically exporting death, selling death to the people. And they said you can't transform these factories into producing other products, I honestly wouldn't take it. There's no honor in that. It's not any value to the community. I'd be making my livelihood on people's illnesses and death. I wouldn't do it. Just to give you an example of the negative on it, you want what I feel I'm doing now, giving the honor teachings, helping relieve the suffering of humanity and of the people that I come in contact with, find that very honorable. I'm adding value. You have so many people who are adding value in this world, nurses and doctors and plumbers and electricians and construction workers building amazing edifices. Just adding value. Growing broccoli. Now, growing a tobacco crop, I was a farmer. Growing tobacco is not adding value. I might make a lot of money growing tobacco, but if I'm growing broccoli or blueberries, apples, organic apples. It's adding value. So you want that to be a consideration when you any kind of livelihood where you feel that you're going to be adding value to the world and to your customers. Very important. So it's not a matter of just what you enjoy and where you can make money. Enjoyment and money, that's important, super important. But you ought to at least ask the question, what can I do that I can enjoy, make good money, and add real value to others? Now, honor demands repentance. We all do wrong things. I've certainly done my share, maybe more than my share over my lifetime. You live long enough, that list grows. So you want to, when you say something, even if it's a small thing, like saying something that offended somebody, apologize, step up to the plate. That's the honorable thing, because ultimately you want to put honor before pride. So you want to repent. I have a felony myself, some wrongdoing I'd had with some relationship to the United States government some years ago. And I tell people I wouldn't be half the man I am today if I wasn't a felon who repented. So the repentance is important. And it's also important if I say something to my spouse and I see it's a problem, right away to apologize and ask for forgiveness right away. Some of the laws of honor that I use along these lines is I apologize, I was wrong, you were right, please forgive me, I'll never do it again. I've not always lived with honor, but I'll die with honor. I just repeat that throughout the day, 3 times a day, along my commandments, my bridge, my supremacy of honor code, and so forth. But I always have that ready to go. Because if you don't practice doing that, you may never be able to apologize. I tell you, pride could creep in. I think I spent a lot of my life not apologizing. And I know many people who can't apologize and ask forgiveness. It's a wonderful thing to be able to do. To put honor before pride is liberating. Honor before pride is liberating. You're not trapped. I mean, honor is so important. Pride is a very cold companion. A very cold companion. A destructive companion. There's one thing to have pride in your honor. That pride that you're living an honorable life. But take pride in that, in your vanity or the ego, you don't want to admit you were wrong. It's particularly if you look at a relationship with a significant other in a marriage, for example. I tell people, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? If you want to be right, I mean, people will fight to the death over the stupidest thing and later on won't even remember what they fought about. But if you want to be happy, you say, well, maybe I was wrong. If I was, I apologize. Or I was wrong, I apologize. Please forgive me. The repentance, there's different degrees of repentance. It's one thing to say, I apologize. That's good. Now, I've seen people go, sorry. I apologize. Just sort of, you don't even feel the reality of it, the person saying sorry. But if you take it further, I apologize, please forgive me. That really takes it another level. I apologize, please forgive me. Takes it to another dimension, and you'll feel it more. And it could be we apologize because we were wrong, or it could be we apologize that we upset the person. The fact the other person might have been wrong, not us. Well, you say, I'm sorry that it upset you. And say, I did something wrong. I apologize that upset you. Please forgive me. You might be apologizing just to help relieve the pain of the other person. Apologizing to relieve the pain of the other person. Now, believe me, there are many people can't do that. I was right. They were wrong. In fact, not only am I not going to apologize to him, he has to apologize to me. And they'll keep that up to the death. I'm really serious. Keep it up to the death. Why is it, what a simple thing, I apologize, I didn't mean to upset you. Forgive me for that. Some people, that's too big a cost. They just, it's too big a blow to their ego, to their pride, to their vanity. I've seen a lot of it in my lifetime. Well, hell, I've been guilty of it myself. In my younger years, not anymore, not for a long time. So I know the difference between putting my pride before honor and knowing putting honor before pride. I know the difference when I see it in others, and I know when I've done it myself. I don't do it anymore. If I see myself doing it, I go, wait a minute, I apologize, forgive me. And it won't take me long to catch on and see it. If you're honest with yourself, you see yourself doing it. Number 8, the 8th demand of honor is make an effort to serve and protect. To serve those you love, to do what you can for them. It might be a phone call to somebody you haven't reached out to. You may have to protect somebody. You may have to protect the public. Let's say you see something laying in the middle of the street. And you know that could be harmful to other cars going by. You pull it aside, get up and move it. If you can't do that, you pull over somewhere, you dial 911, you report it because it could be a danger to other cars. That's part of protection. So strive to serve and protect. Now, the 9th demand of honor is to keep your body strong and healthy. You have to honor your body. And you're doing it not only for your vanity, although all of us have vanity. All of us have an ego. We want to look good. We want to be healthy. But also, by taking care of our health, we optimize our mood. We optimize our longevity so we can serve and bring the way of honor and virtue to the world. So even though it might have been initiated by our vanity, wanting to look good to other people and look good for ourselves, it goes beyond that once it becomes a way of helping us serve others. And when people are sick, you're not feeling well, you're more likely to overreact in a bad way, in a way that you don't want to. I would say one of the biggest causes of problems in the world is people overreacting, something that hardly matters, people overreacting, losing perspective. Loss of perspective is huge, huge cause of suffering in life. Ultimately, the 10th demand of honor is you want to have a legacy of honor. A legacy that you're creating while you're here, and when people think about you, it inspires them. The actual remembrance of your face, your name, just lights them up with hope. Hope that there's goodness in the world, that there's honor in the world. Because a lot of people are so jaded, they don't even see any goodness. They're so suspicious, they don't trust anyone. But then here, you live that life, you have that legacy of honor, you give hope. It's not just about you as an individual or me as an individual. It's really about, it gives hope to a very discouraged world where a lot of times people have ulterior motives. They want to take advantage of people. So people are so suspicious now, so jaded. But this will give hope to that legacy of honor. Number 11, you want to bring an honorable perspective to the issues of the times. You want to bring an honorable perspective. So many people are divisive over there, say in America, between the Republicans and the Democrats. I mean, each is projecting evil. There's a divide, or even a problem between one religious group and another religious group. I mean, just really contentious and hateful between the groups. But you want to whatever extent possible, you don't want to feed that divisiveness. You don't want to feed that. One of the demands of honor is not to feed that, but to bring an honorable perspective where you're basically creating more of a unifying effect. One of the demands of honor, the 11th, is to bring a unifying perspective, which is an honorable perspective. A unifying perspective is an honorable perspective. A divisive perspective is a dishonorable perspective. That doesn't mean you have to agree with what the other person's saying or what they're doing. No, I think we disagree. We may even disagree vehemently. But you want to be able to find as much common ground and as much of an honorable, unifying perspective as possible. It may not always be possible 100% of the times, but it's certainly more possible than what we're currently doing in our society now. So that brings us to number 12. Strive to bring unity to all people and groups. This is very related to the one we just talked about. You want to try to bring about a unifying factor. You'll be the source of unity between the races, between different points of view, between the ethnicities, religions, political persuasions. So whatever extent possible, you want to look for a way to unify. That's highly honorable. We're not talking about lying to ourselves. No, not talking about lying to ourselves. Finding a way to, with integrity and with honor, find a way to bring about common grounds, to spot the common grounds and have a unifying effect. That's one of the demands of honor. Now, number 13 is you need to find ways to not take ourselves too seriously. Now, I tend to suffer from that, where I can take myself very seriously. I have to lighten up on myself. I have a sense of humor. I laugh, whatever. My wife and I laugh all the time. But I can also take myself way too seriously. So one of the ways I found when I see myself getting to certain thoughts, some dark thoughts, and getting really serious about, I've been offended, I've been hurt, whatever, is, that's ridiculous, silly Willie. There you go again, my boy. So I'll say that to myself as I'm doing it. Just lighten up on myself. And you need to find a way to lighten up on yourself. If that works for you, use it. If you want to find another way, but you've got to lighten up. If you see familiar patterns where you're starting to go down a vortex, some dark rabbit hole, you got to lighten up on yourself as a favor to yourself. So find ways to not take yourself too seriously. You want to take yourself seriously. You have a sense of self-esteem and integrity, but you also got to lighten up on ourselves. Number 14, spend money on true priorities. I mean, squandering money on non-essentials. I mean, you want to have a good time, entertainment, no problem. But it's a matter of proportion. You want to be able to save money. You want to be able to use it towards whatever your priorities. If you might want to spend some money on bringing food to the homeless that we call in the honor movement the unbounded. You might spend money on helping your relatives, helping some friends, giving it to charity, whatever. But you want to maybe spend your money on your true priorities, a good portion of your money on that. You don't want to just blow it on trivial things with nothing to show for it. You want to spend it in a way that brings goodness and light into the world. Number 15th demand of honor is extreme respect and courtesy, which involves respectfully real communication. Not just respect, but the law of honor is extreme respect always and courtesy. That would take, everybody wants respect. You want respect, I want respect. Everybody wants respect. And to receive it is a beautiful thing, but I'll tell you a secret. It's even more beautiful to give that respect, to be courteous to another person. Give respect and courtesy. That's one of the demands of honor. You showing respect is a light into itself. Now, some people may try to take advantage of all these good things that we're talking about, but that takes us to one of the demands of honor, is to not let people exploit you or take advantage of you. One, you don't want to be taken advantage of. It's bad for the relationship. But also, you don't want to allow people to dishonor themselves. If somebody's trying to take advantage of you, exploit you, use you in a way, that's not good for them. So when you stop somebody from doing it, could be even your own children, but you're not only protecting yourself. Most people do it for self-protection, but the correct view from the way of honor is the person needs help being protected against themselves. The person's acting dishonorably by doing that, and you don't want to be an enabler. You don't want to enable that person to be dishonorable with you by exploiting you, taking advantage of you, mistreating you. It's bad for you. We all know that. But it's bad for that person, and that's what people don't understand. It's bad for the person doing it. It robs them of their own dignity. So part of what you keep in mind, I'm telling you this because most people don't think of that we stop them not only because we don't want to be hurt, we don't want to see the person hurt themselves. That's the honorable perspective. That person's getting abusive, verbally, physically, taking advantage, exploiting, using you. Very bad for that person. You want to stop that. And in a way, hey, or they're talking disrespectfully, you say, hey, wait a minute. I'm talking to you respectfully. I appreciate if you talk to me respectfully. You might think you're just doing it for your own individual ego or your pride or your own sense of self-esteem and your own boundaries, and you are. But you're also helping that person rise up to a more honorable level, because it's very dangerous for them spiritually and emotionally to manifest that disrespectful behavior towards you. Now, you want to be able to share the honor teachings by word and example. We have all the 4 commandments of honor. I wish you well. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality, my problems. I'm grateful for the power I gained from hardship. And then one of 2, if you believe in God as I do, God, your wish is my only wish, or I seek always to serve my highest values. And I'll be able to share that. When I share it with people, I say, if you want to take the pledge to be a disciple of honor, you agree to repeat those 4 commandments 3 times a day for the rest of your life. I tell you, there's no pressure for me whatsoever. You want to take that pledge now, or you want to think about it. So sharing the honor teachings, we're not pushing a religion on somebody. We're not even pushing a philosophy. Say, if you want to pursue this way of life, here are the teachings. You can take a pledge to do it, or just take the teachings. Now, we've interviewed 5,000 people on the streets. I financed this research. People want to talk about honor without even defining it. People, they may not want to talk about God or politics or religion, but they'll talk about honor. I found that honor is really the language of the people today. Love is not. Love, people feel very jaded and cheated in the name of love. Even God, people have been abused and hammered on the head in the name of God. But honor, you can talk to anybody about it. I mean anybody. And we found that 70% of the people want to have more honor in their lives. Not just men, women, no difference on that. It's not a gender-specific aspiration. Women aspire as equally to men to be honorable. Now, another one of the 20 demands of honor is, whenever possible, you want to be genuine. The way of honor calls to be genuine, not a phony, and to be able to go deep. Sometimes you want to be superficial, whatever. There's no problem. You want to joke around at a superficial level, deep level, but also you don't want to be squandering words. One of the greatest natural resources that's squandered in our environment are words. People waste it, saying things that no one's going to remember, no one really cares about in the long run. You want to be able to share your depth. It's good for the people hearing it to go there, to go to deeper levels. It's good for them, it's good for you. One of the reasons I love giving these presentations, and I'm so grateful to you for being here and giving me this opportunity to do this, gives me an opportunity to reach deep within myself, to share in a very genuine way my deep thoughts. So this venue for me is a mercy to me and a great gift to me that I have this venue to share this, both here in terms of my educational process and as a therapist. I'm so grateful to all the people that I see, all the wonderful, beautiful human beings that I see. You know, many of the people I see that just love I love the people I see. But if I met people at the party, I really can't personally handle superficial conversation more than 10 minutes. Turns out that 70% of people get agitated or anxious after 5 or 10 minutes of superficial conversation. That certainly includes me. I really need to feel that we're really communicating, that something's taking place that's what I feel is real and genuine. And so the way of honor demands aspiring to be genuine, to be real, and to have respect for real communication. So being real, being genuine doesn't mean, hey, I want to be real, bro. I think you're stupid, you're ugly, I never liked you, so I don't want to see you again. Just being real. That's real. We're talking about respectfully real. Respectfully real might go like this. When you said what you did, I felt hurt and humiliated. If you could find it in your heart to apologize, I'd be so grateful. That builds a bridge or a connection. Respectfully real. So not being real, it's being respectfully real and genuine. Now, we talked about knowing that everyone wants a vacation. There's not one human being that doesn't want a vacation. I just want to emphasize that one of the demands of honor is knowing that vacation is not a location. It's a state of mind. You know, if I had to take one statement that I've ever made out of over 850 lectures I've given, that would be it. People would come back with me, oh yeah, I had to go on a vacation. Vacation is not a location, it's a state of mind. That's to me, that's one of the biggest takeaways from anybody watching my videos. So I'm sharing that with you now. Now, number 19, is you want to be, we talked about this, we alluded to it, to be present. Honor demands not just being absent when you're in somebody's presence. You don't want to cheat them of your presence. You just want to be there physically. You want to be there emotionally. And one way to do that is take a deep breath. I am here now, right now. Enjoy the moment. Yeah. I'm here now, right now. Enjoy the moment. It's quite lovely, really. But you want to take time to do that where you're allowing that person to really have you there. You're not just in your head distracted all the time. It's very important to be able to do that. It's one of the demands of honor. That was the 20th. We talked before about don't let people abuse you, exploit you, so forth, because it's not only bad for you and the relationship is bad for them. So that's the 20 demands of honor. Overlap between them, but it gives you a pretty good overview of the demands. So now I'm going to open it up for discussion. Kimberly, is there anything you want to ask or say about this?
No, I was just saying that everything was very moving and very touching. So, and I agreed with a lot what you said.
Good.
Pretty much it.
Good. Yeah, I think it resonates. I mean, these are demands of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think anybody that wants to see the truth in life, it will resonate. Like yourself, you're a truth seeker, and so it definitely will resonate with you. Lydia, is there anything you want to ask or say?
So yeah, I also felt like it was very resonating, very empowering. I like what you said about having a unifying perspective, not necessarily like forcing yourself to love everyone, but yeah, I think that's very needed in our times. Very,
very. If you look particularly at the political situation, I mean, it would desperately need it. But it's always been an issue in terms, particularly religiously. In fact, there's more religious tolerance now, even with the issues, than I was born in 41. The 40s and 50s was totally intolerant. We've come a long way on that. We've become more, we're able to also reach out more unifically across race issues. More, as much as the issues are there, we're more unified than we've ever been, with not denying the problems that exist. Exactly. That's a good one. You always manage to come right to the core of things, Lydia. Good. You're good. My dear goddaughter, Tracy, anything you want to ask or say?
Yes, I have something I wrote down from the beginning of the talk. You said, if potential is not manifested, it can cause depression.
Yes.
Or something to that
effect. Exactly.
Right?
That's a very good statement. That's exactly what I said. Okay, well, I want to say what a pleasure it is to have had this time with everybody. Very meaningful to me. I can see it resonated with you and had meaning for you as well. Again, my intention is to uplift you for the rest of your lives. You'll be able to keep this with you, review it. For those of you who've taken the pledge to be disciples of honor, you keep that up all your lives. All this understanding and knowledge will make you more resilient in life, even when you get stressed out, which will happen, but you'll be more resilient. Thank you so much for being here. It's been my pleasure to be in your presence, truthfully.